It's up to you, New York, New York.
You ever wake up on a beautiful Monday morning and feel that you're destined for greatness?
Yes, sir. Ah,
Happy Monday, everyone. Richie Hicks Jr.
sir.
Sports Podcast. I am your host, Richie, here with my guy, my brother from another mother, Mr. Idris Salam, a.k.a. Bosco from the Bronx.
Monday, Monday. Let's get it. Let's get it.
And for the first time since the 1999 season, the New York Knicks host an NBA Finals games at the Mecca. 3 and 4 they'll be hosting. They're not hosting any more than that because we're trying to break out the brooms, but they will be hosting Game 3 tonight for the first time since the 1999 season in the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. And there's going to be a different kind of vibe. I just hope it's not the wrong vibe. As President Donald J. Trump, his presence alone is going to be bringing kind of like a LaGuardia Airport, JFK Airport kind of feel with TSA measures security-wise, no bags. I understand that whether it's the sitting president or whether it's Barack Obama or G-Dub or Bill Clinton or name a president, I understand that the Secret Service, those kind of measures are going to be involved. But this is my thing. I don't care about political affiliation right now. I have
Right.
said this on a recent show, how sports and politics don't always mix. I
Mhm.
want to focus as a fan on my team, and my team did a lot, and this is their moment.
Right.
And I just hope that whatever goes down tonight doesn't overshadow their moment, or even worse, distract them from the greater goal, which is making sure that you put the guys from Texas in an uncompromising 3-0 hole, which no team in the history of the NBA has ever overcome. No team in league history has overcome an 0-3 deficit. That's what's at stake tonight. This is the most important game of the series. I don't care who's in the building. The Knicks got to lock in. But I do want to ask you this, Mr. Salam. Is this the wrong time? Is this selfish? Is this all of the above?
All of the above. And I'm going to tell you why. And I know a lot of guys are going to say, oh, yo, liberal. I'm not liberal. Let's get that out the way. But tell you why it's selfish, because this is about him. And this is about him and Mondani. New York, you know what? Right now, New York is showing what America is. Everyone's coming together. Black, white, Latino, Christian, Muslim, Jew, even the police. Everyone is getting along. We haven't been this united since 9/11. Everyone's getting along. New York, everybody. We're not, crime is down. You got a few arrests like for disorderly conduct, but you don't have any egregious stuff like you would think is happening. Now,
And I
he
want
comes
to
to
cut you
town.
1 second, just 1 second, and I want you to keep rolling.
Yeah.
They'll make sure to make sure the whole world knows that a couple of a-holes put their hands on the boys in blue, which is always a no-no and always unacceptable. However, they're not going to show you the pictures of the cops hugging Knick fans, high-fiving Knick fans. And to your point, crime has been in a better place. Continue, please.
Yeah, and this is about him because for some reason, and I know his supporters are going to disagree, and I don't give a shit. Y'all can disagree all because you guys are the anti-American, and I'm not speaking on all Republicans. I'm talking about that flock. They don't like to see unity. They want to see division because they already don't like the DEI. They don't like diversity. They want to see division. And with him, anywhere he goes, he brings division. And I'm not knocking him because of who he is. Just look at the facts, people. And him coming to the Garden, you don't need to be there. New York is in a great place right now. We don't need this political BS coming to New York because this is going to happen. Like you said, when something happens, it's going to be magnified. They're going to be like, look how blacks were acting. Look how this happened. Blah, blah, blah. Mondami's a bad mayor. All this stuff is going to come up. The same people who are rejoicing in the streets right now are going to go on social media tomorrow morning should we win. And they may be some of the very people out there in the streets acting the fool like us New York fans are doing. But they're going to be some of the very ones on social media the next day talking about how liberals this and how Mondami's a bad mayor because this happened and all this stuff because this guy showed up at the Coliseum, at the arena. Because that's what everywhere he goes, he brings that type of stuff with him.
The thing that upsets me about this whole situation,
yeah,
I don't care who supports him.
No.
It doesn't bother me. That's your American right. But on a day like this, on a night like this, I don't want political-driven stuff to overshadow the biggest moment in Knicks history this century. And that's
it might be the biggest moment. It might be the biggest moment in New York sports history. If you look at it,
you can make a case because while we have the Yankees, who of course are the class of baseball in terms of overall championships,
yeah,
I say this once, I say this twice, I'll say it forever. New York City is a hoops city. Make no mistake about it. Whether it's the legendary Rucker Park,
right?
You know, street ball has always been a huge part of New York culture.
You know something, dude? It's wild because it's like this right here. I mean, look at it, and yes, I'm a Knicks fan, diehard Knicks fan. I've been a Knicks fan since I was 8 years old when I saw the second championship. I didn't see it, but I felt it because New York was wild like that, but it wasn't wild like it is now. But people had to look. Okay, yes, New York fans acting crazy, but New York fans right now are being very entertaining. And when you look at how Knicks fans started right at the playoff, at the first playoff game. It's been consistent all the way through. It's such a great run, such a great story. And I mean, this is great for the city. It's great for basketball. And they thought when LeBron stepped down. That's what
I'm getting at, Idris. Yes. I don't want anything to overshadow the moment. What I'm already not pleased with, when you consider how busy New York City is, and MTA does a great job of getting people where they got to go, but this is my bigger point. Mm-hmm. You're asking people to show up to this event 2 hours before tip-off when some people have become accustomed to basically just getting in there, no pun intended, in the nick of time.
Right. That's New York.
I think about, okay, you have any diabetics in the house that are insulin dependent? What about the ladies if it's their monthly cycle? There's a lot of inconveniences.
There's a lot of stuff.
That, in my opinion, are unacceptable for people paying that kind of coin to go watch a basketball game because this is a historically expensive NBA Finals.
It is. That's what I mean, man. It's. I just think
you're taking away the watch party,
right?
And I believe in certain karmas. As an organization, if you're allowing this to go down, you're basically taking a big crap on your most loyal of loyal fans. And shouts out to Josh Hart for acknowledging that he thinks it's shameful that tickets are that expensive.
Right. He's right.
Now, it's a bigger engine that drives this. Of course, professional basketball players, you can be a 15th man, so to speak, and make better
Mhm.
salaries than regular guys that you might see on a football field on a Sunday or on a baseball diamond on a Sunday or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, NBA players, even guys that are not quote unquote superstars, make phenomenal contracts. But
yeah.
I am happy that at least Josh Hart is not tone deaf to, in my opinion, which is pricing out some of your most loyal in the fan base.
Yeah, I agree, man, and that's why I think that's why I hope we win tonight because just it's just too much stuff going on right
And,
now.
and when you make a comment as the sitting president, oh, people could watch it on TV. That's just, it is what it is. Can there be any more of a tone deaf response?
And
And
that's my
listen, this isn't
yeah.
about the left. This isn't
It's
about the
not.
right. I have said many times whenever I've had to get into anything political that I have
Yeah,
long ago lost all kinds of faith in the way anything in Washington works.
same
You
here.
know, this isn't about Republicans. This isn't about Democrats. This isn't about independents. I
Right.
am so disappointed that in this country, people are struggling to buy groceries. I
Yeah.
am so disappointed that in this country, our 401ks are essentially funding Mr. Musk to go into outer space.
Right.
I am so disappointed that gas prices are at a ridiculous high. Now, granted, they've been tapering a little, at least here where I'm at, and things are always going to be all right. But the point I'm making is like, they should be better than all right. And I'm not going to completely blame that on one sitting president because we've seen these things happen with different people at the helm.
Right.
However, I don't care if I lose a viewer or two over this. I don't care if I piss people off. I don't expect anything good for some of our actions that we're doing way over there.
No, I don't either, man. And as a veteran, and I don't want to turn this to a political thing either, but as
No,
a
we're gonna
veteran,
move into basketball very soon, but I do wanna. It's not about who you vote for. It's not
no, it's
about
not.
trying to demonize the guy in office versus who. Because believe me, the person that he beat had no business up there, and the way that the left even presented their arguments
Whew.
with pushing Kamala to the front of the line was also laughable. So I want to make this
Amen.
very clear. I am
Amen.
incredibly disappointed with the whole engine.
Me too. Me too. It's just, I just think it's not a right time. New York is buzzing right now. And see, and his supporters are gonna come at me, but I don't care.
It's not
But we
about
all
you
know,
being there, even that I have an issue with.
no, it's not. It really isn't.
Why does everything have to change because you're there? That's my issue.
Right, right. New York is
Do you think
buzzing
I
right
really
now.
care? Do you think I really care if he or Obama or whoever's the sitting president goes to the game? I have no objection to it. Am I going
Right,
to question his Knicks fandom? I mean, it's a tricky one. I mean, of course, he used to frequent the Garden back in the Ewing and Oakley era. Charles Oakley actually almost took out the Donald on a
yeah,
courtside seat.
yeah,
And, Donald thought it was kind of cool. He's like, "Oh, Oak's a great guy. He's a hard worker." Da da da. I'm not even saying that this affiliation of rooting for the Knicks, because Donald Trump is like so many others. A lot of
right,
people come back when they're worth watching because for 20 years they were at times not worth watching.
right.
I've been a part of this fan base even during the darkest of times, but I don't
Me
expect
too.
everybody to share my fandom. I'm not going to judge somebody because of that. All I'm
Right.
saying is you want to be there by all means, but don't make this about you. Make it about that team in the orange and blue that busted their tails to get back here for the first time in almost 3 decades.
Exactly.
We got a game
That's
going
what I'm
on
at.
tonight, Idris.
Yes, we do.
All
Yes,
right,
we
let's start
do.
with Carl. Let's start with Carl Anthony Towns. I want to
Okay.
start with Carl Anthony Towns here.
The Cat Man.
DJ Quan, welcome to the show.
What's up? What's up,
Fun
bro?
facts: Spurs haven't won in Madison Square. Dude, I wasn't aware it was that long ago. I know that Wemby has never won. I actually was not aware it goes back for 2019. DJ Quan, where you from, man? Thanks for joining the show.
Right
and
on.
Please hit that subscribe button.
Thanks for that little tidbit right there, too, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, because I was not aware it goes back to 2019. If I had to go off the top of my head, I would have assumed maybe 21. I did not know it went all the way back to 2019. Thank you for that tidbit. Karl Anthony Towns has been exceptional, Idris, at making Wemby look human. And I'm not saying that Karl Anthony Towns is having like the phenomenal series on the level where he's lighting the world on fire offensively. I mean, he's getting his serviceable 18 and 10s, 18 and 12s, 20 and 12s, 20 and 13s. But what he is doing is he's making life very uncomfortable for Wemby to get posted up in the paint. I mean, Wemby's always going to have a signature dunk or two. He's a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah.
But making him have to hang out on the perimeter and really playing good defense, and this compliment extends to Mitch Robinson as well. Mitchell Robinson. They've been doing a phenomenal job of making life uncomfortable for Wemby. From an offensive standpoint, I think Champagny has been remarkable from beyond the arc. De'Aaron Fox has been showing some signs of life, but truthfully, and I did not pull no punches, on the most recent show, I was very vocal about how I felt that the referees, particularly Tony Brothers, went out of his way to make things so very unfair for the Knicks the other night. DJ Quan with a comment. New York City, born and raised. Let's go Knicks. That's what's up. I'm originally from Rockaway Beach. My co-host here, Idris, is from the Bronx.
Yes, sir.
But this is an exciting time, man. I've been a fan since 92. Pat Riley's first year with the organization. Idris goes back to 72.
Yeah, Red Holtzman. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think with Wemby, 2 points to be made, and that's the final possessions of San Antonio's defeat. For one thing, Wemby should not have been bringing the ball up court. You're 7'5". Put it in Fox's hand. Put it in Castle's hand. Wemby should not be bringing the ball up court. He is not a. Yes, he has handles. He's not a guard. Okay. Secondly, you got that little time on the clock. Your big man, 7'5", who can jump over everybody, whose arms is about as long as your biggest man, needs to be down in the paint. He shouldn't be shooting a 20-footer. And that right there shows guys like Chet Holmgren and Wemby. They got the height and all this, but they don't use their height. If I'm 7,
I said this on the last show, bro. Nobody's happier than Chet Holmgren right now with Wemby struggles, because if things don't change for Wemby in this series in terms of, and it's not that he's not, playing offense, but a lot of his points are coming from the line, and we've already discussed how disgusting this officiating has been, because it's been
trash.
Because I've been seeing Karl Anthony Towns get banged up on plays that should lead to a three-point play. Not just Karl Anthony Towns, because I know that sometimes perception is a big thing. Like if you're a guy like, say, a Josh Hart, and you're not prolifically an offensive player, there are more times than not where they're not going to blow the whistle for somebody like Josh Hart, who's focusing more on defense, focusing on cleaning up the glass. Because Josh has been a little hesitant to even let the three ball go, but I understand why, because it's almost like riding the bike. If you don't use it, you lose it. Because on some nights, Josh Hart, his shot is true. Yeah. But he has almost seemed like almost terrified to take threes, because we know that in the Cleveland series, they were daring him to shoot, and eventually he burned them for it. Yeah. But Jose Alvarado bringing calm to that backcourt. Same with Deuce McBride. Deuce has made some really difficult shots in this series. But the thing that I admire about our team right now is that they are all for each other. Nobody cares about who wins the series MVP. Nobody cares about if somebody drops a 30-burger or a 40-burger. They just want to be the best they could be for each other. And they are a family right now. This is not just lock it in for a few weeks. This team genuinely gets along with each other. When you look at like some of the challenges during the course of the year, like when Josh Hart and Karl Anthony Towns particularly were a little frustrated with not necessarily knowing if they have a defined role.
Right.
That was Mike Brown kind of having this Knicks team unlearn a couple of things
Yeah.
because he was very interested in making sure that this bench was ready. And what he did in
Right.
game 2, when he was riding with the bench, just
Yeah.
goes to show that he doesn't feel that he can't win without a Jalen Brunson, that he can't win without a Karl Anthony Towns. Mike Brown is of the belief that he could win with anybody on this roster, even going all the way down to guys like Huck Porty and Jordan Clarkson, who very sparingly play. And not because of a lack of talent, it's because
Right.
of how deep this team is. Because Jordan Clarkson would be a starter or at least a sixth man on a ton of teams in this league.
And you know what the great thing about it is? Guys like Jordan Clarkson, who could be a starter or a sixth man, they're not bickering. They're like they're this is a team that actually bought in, and I know that's cliche, but this is a team that actually bought in. They know this is what we got to do to win. There are no
This is
stars.
beneficial for a guy like Kolick.
Yes.
He's getting invaluable experience of seeing how these guys move, seeing how these guys move as day-to-day professionals. And the reason I know that this team is so close is that if you look at a series like Atlanta where we destroyed them, or the end of the Philadelphia series, there was nobody happier for the bench, and I'm talking about the deep bench, guys that never play, than Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns, OG.
Yes.
They were so supportive because these are the guys that get these guys ready behind the scenes where you're not seeing all the cameras. These are guys that bust their tails in practice to get the starters ready. And anybody that thinks that Mike Brown don't go hard on these guys, he goes just as hard as Tibbs. It's just a little more responsible in the way that he's diversifying minutes and giving rest when needed. Because if this was Tibbs, no disrespect, I appreciate his contributions. This team doesn't get this far with Tibbs.
No, and also with Mike Brown, whatever he doesn't do, well, I put it this way: Mike Brown runs things, but just like Mike Brown said, Rick Brunson's the one to keep everything together. Because he even said how Rick Brunson had to tell him to shut the F up and tell everybody else, shut the F up. We got a game to play. And see, when you got an assistant coach like that, who's on you like, yo, look here, coach, forget all that shit. Let's get out there and win. We're good. We're good for years to come. And I like our bench, like guys like Tyler Kolick. We saw what he can do when he gets on the court. And it's great that we got a guy like that because we know we can go 11 deep and we know we got a guy who's going to come off the bench and be aggressive.
I was a fan of his going back to the first summer league where we saw what he was capable of doing. And I was a fan of him in college. I was actually a fan of that pick. But I mean, even with Porty, like the one time that we legitimately needed him in meaningful minutes, he did his job.
He did his
all
job.
You could ask as a coach is that when you put in your bench or your deep bench, is that you don't feel that you're losing too much. And head coach Mike Brown is confident to the very last man on this roster. And that speaks volumes about what kind of organization this has become under Leon Rose's watch.
Yeah, I agree. We don't get past. We might not get past Atlanta with Tibbs. If we do, I don't think we get past Philly. Cleveland beats us. Cleveland beats us.
I'm not convinced that we would have beat Atlanta, and it's not about a bench.
That's what I'm saying.
Thing. It's about.
That's what I'm saying. About coaching, because like Cleveland would have ran us with Tibbs, because Tibbs is not going to go deeper than 7, and we've already seen 8, 9, and 10 can play, and 11.
And like, you know, the famous foul trouble that we've been catching, like that's why I mentioned Huck Porty.
Yeah.
You know, other than that, these guys have been in garbage time, you know, spelling the starters for the better part of the fourth and closeout games. But I want to make this very clear.
The thing about it is they've been getting in for the closeout games. I mean, but they've been closing it out too. They're not letting these guys, they're not letting the opponents get anywhere near them. If they're up by 30, they're going to win by 29 or 30.
One thing I want to make clear,
yeah,
this game is going to be a war because I expect San Antonio to make adjustments.
Yeah.
One thing that San Antonio could... Excuse me, Idris, I will be right back.
Well, I'll take it from here. I'm a feed up for what Richie was saying. I think with San Antonio, they're going to make adjustments. That's what they do. Good coaching, good leadership, good the whole nine. I think Wemby's going to get back and look at what he did, and I think Coach's going to look and say, okay, this is what went wrong, and I think they're going to make adjustments. I think what they're going to have to do is adjust to that New York Knicks crowd because that crowd is extra. It's extra, and you're going to hear it from start to finish. And that's what San Antonio can't afford to get down early. If they do, it's a wrap.
Mine is the Knicks coming out flat because when you have that kind of energy, especially in a home game, this could be the kind of situation where things could almost have the home team be a little nervous because I'm going to call out one particular game that stands out. We'll go back to after having a 2-0 lead after overcoming 2 20-point deficits against Boston, where in Game 3, Boston led us up.
Yeah.
Now, this is, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little worried. And going into Game 4, I'm like, uh-oh, if they even this, we could be in trouble. Things obviously weren't in our favor. But the point I'm making is I'm not worried on that level because I see that this as a more mature Knicks team, a more developed Knicks team.
Yeah.
But, we beat them by 1 point. Tony Brothers, whatever officiating, whatever you want to say, they went on a run. So in San Antonio's camp, they're looking at it like, hey, we finished Game 2 on a high note. And that's what you got to preach on that side because I do believe that Wemby is going to play his best game of the series tonight.
Oh, yeah.
The question is it enough to overcome the depth of the Knicks? Because the Knicks right now are clicking in a lot of different ways. Shamet has been a godsend off the bench, and it's crazy because he's never really had a defined role on any team. What is it, 6 teams in 8 years?
Yeah.
He was a long shot just to make the roster, let alone be a vital part of what they're doing in the NBA Finals.
He's been so vital, dude. He's been so vital coming off the bench, man, on both ends, man. I think with San Antonio, I think, like I was saying when you stepped away, I think they will make adjustments. Like I said, I think the biggest problem will be walking into the Garden. It's going to be tough.
That's a good point, DJ Quan. That's a good point. This is a good point he makes here. Beating up, getting through the West on their youth, their athleticism, things of that nature. Cat OG Bridges been there, done that. And I said that particularly in Game 1, where the culmination of being through these playoff battles for the better part of 4 years.
Yeah.
The Knicks are not the new kids on the block anymore. They've been around. And to DJ Quan's point, which I agree with, I had mentioned that recently because the Knicks, similar to, like, say, if the Celtics were in a situation like this, are kind of floating in that old guard mode where they've been around for a hot minute now.
Yeah.
Other matchups that I'm considering here and looking at, I feel that Stephon Castle has done a very good job of making Jalen Brunson uncomfortable, at least from the shooting standpoint, where Brunson is not having the kind of games that he had in previous rounds. Now, do I think things could be a little more friendly for Brunson in front of the home crowd? Absolutely. And, Castle's got to emotionally recover, even though it wasn't his fault, with the ball going off his back, and Wemby showing his youth.
Yeah.
To DJ Quan's point, to other people's points, not just making the bad pass, but then fouling Jalen Brunson, which I'm actually surprised that the refs called because right in front of Tony Brothers, OG got slapped. They didn't call that.
No, look at the one
ridiculous.
Look at Wemby did to Josh Hart.
Just to get 60% of our free throws in the second half. It's absurd.
No, look at
how bad these
look at what Wemby did to Jose Alvarado. Did you see the replay of that?
Oh, that looked like legit WWE right there.
That was a flagrant right there.
Yes.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
But they called it the trip on Hart after he got hit in the face.
Right.
Now, I would be the first to say that it was the right call on Hart. But why are you only seeing what you want to see?
And that's the issue I have. When you're
challenging it, you're still seeing this part where his face is going sideways.
And that's the issue I have. I'm like, it's hard for you not to think the league has something to do with it because those were they were so obvious. They were so obvious. They're like, look, I mean, it's not like it was something where the things happened, like the thing with Alvarado and Wemby. That was right open. No one was around them. There's no way you couldn't have missed it.
Even Mitch, they rescinded the technical. But let's just say hypothetically,
what if that point would have been the point that they won?
Down,
right.
Say if the Wemby shot goes down late, oh, thank you for giving me back my money. Can you give us back the victory? Because that's what it
Exactly.
would have been.
That's what it been. That's what it been.
Because
And it looks so
without San
obvious.
Antonio's presence on the free throw line as frequently as they have been, the Knicks are winning these games by 10 or better.
Dude, we didn't get a foul shot until the very end of the game in the second half.
Bro, it required a challenge and it
required
required
a
passing
challenge.
the ball off the small of his back of his teammate. That's
Right,
what it required.
exactly. That's what it required. And you know, like I told somebody in a thread, I said, it's ironic. This thing is happening 10 years to the LeBron Draymond Green stuff. I said they doing the same thing because those were so egregious. I mean, the league should be like, okay, Tony Brothers, we need you to explain these. These were obvious.
Because it's no secret that Commissioner Silver views Wemby as the golden child. And I've watched enough NBA. I'm 45 years old. I've been watching this sport since I was what?
I don't know.
11 years old, 10 years old, 9 years old. I've been a Knicks fan strong since 92, essentially, which is Riley's first year with us, when I really started picking up the NBA. So my whole thing is, we know that the superstars get their calls. But what I don't understand is, since when did Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson not qualify as superstars? Because they ain't getting any calls.
Look, when they called that foul on Cat, I think it was the fourth quarter, he was getting molested, dude. And without just chopping him up. As soon as he got loose.
That I don't understand is that it's not just this round.
No.
I understand that Karl Anthony Towns is not exactly known as a player that likes to get muddy in the paint, so to speak. He has his moments. He's made more of a concerted effort, particularly in the last two rounds. And I think sometimes officials, it's almost like they got to unlearn like preconceived notions about certain players. And I understand that too. I do. I understand that too. But no, Cat, I'm sorry, man. This is the first time since what? Earl Monroe and Walt Clyde Frazier, where the Knicks sent two starters to the All-Star game the same season as starters for the All-Star game. I mean, we had Starks, Oakley, and Ewing make the team in the past.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to me that Karl Anthony Towns doesn't get the calls. Jalen Brunson, whose star has been driven up with some of his exploits in the playoffs, you know, tracking down records that were like set by Michael Jordan with the consecutive 40-point games.
Right.
It's insane to me.
I don't like it. You know, it's like the league. Excuse me. It's like, and I'm not saying the league has a conspiracy going on, but I think something has to do with it. You know, the league need to look at it like if they got something behind it, because it looks kind of obvious. And I'm not accusing the league, but it looks kind of obvious. But I know they might want Wemby to win. But they need to look at what's going on with the Knicks. And what I mean what's going on with the Knicks, the rowdiness of our fans, the play of the team, how they just blown through the competition. The NBA need to look at it like, wow, the Knicks are really bringing buzz to the league, to these playoffs.
I mean, bro, if they finish this, if this culminates in a 4-game sweep, they're going to tie what the Warriors did.
Yeah. But you know what? I mean, as
you're talking about territory of dominance where you look at like the Lakers run when they beat the Philadelphia 76ers in the finals. You're looking at what I just mentioned, the Warriors. You're talking about Cleveland with LeBron when they did their thing. But this is pure dominance, because even though the Bulls had multiple three-peats, they didn't even dominate like this in terms of a win-loss ratio.
And that's why that's why I respect Charles Barkley and Kendrick Perkins. Charles Barkley said this. I'm just paraphrasing. He said, I'm not saying the Knicks are the greatest team ever if they win this like they're doing, but you have to consider them as one of the greatest playoff runs ever, especially if we keep winning the way we've been winning. If we sweep San Antonio and we put a beat down in those games, in these next two games, tonight and Wednesday, myself, I would say this would have to be the greatest playoff team of all time based on the 15 straight wins. You tie Golden State, but no team has dominated the field like the Knicks have done.
And especially when you consider
Mm-hmm.
that the narrative around the NBA was that the
Mm-hmm.
Knicks were blessed with an easy path, and to a level, there is some truth to that because Joel Embiid and co. came back from 3-1 to beat the Celtics, but that's not the Knicks' problem. That's not the Knicks' fault.
Nah.
The Detroit Pistons, who gave us hell during the regular season, lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers. But to be fair, the Cavaliers have given us a lot of hell over the last couple of seasons.
Right.
So I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it because they
we would have
said
beat the Pistons, and I think we would have beaten the Celtics. They may have been a little more difficult. I'm willing to concede that.
But you know what? I go for that to a point because they say how the West is this, the West is that. When they go against someone in the West, oh, they're going. And we so far we've shown that that's bullshit. Oh well, what if SGA da 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 da? They couldn't be San Antonio, so we don't want to hear, how OKC would have beaten us. They didn't beat the team that would beat them.
I'll be the first to admit that SGA and co. would have probably provided a lot of problems to the Knicks. But how am I going to say we can't beat them? I don't know that. It hasn't happened, and I'm not going to gauge my ultimate opinion off of 2 regular season matchups.
Nope. So that's why
what I'm loving about
what
the Knicks are doing is that they're holding up the East because a lot of people feel that the East is the inferior conference, even going back to the Jordan era, where a lot of people felt that the West was the better conference, but the Bulls were the best team.
But you know what, Richie, about that? You know why I'm not going for the premiers about how the East is weak this year? Okay, it's the old saying. You beat the teams you're supposed to beat. If the East is weak, okay, not only have we beaten these so-called weak teams, we've beaten their asses. Okay, we've blown them out the water to say, okay, they're weak. We're showing them how weak they are. Now, when you look at the West, like
Spurs fans, they're not the same caliber.
They're not, dude. They are not.
Since when did they become? Since when did they become so damn sensitive and filled with excuses? I could understand making an excuse when Coach Pop made a rare mistake and decided to take Tim Duncan out, and then Ray Allen hits the 3.
Yeah.
The Miami Fairweathers, half of them were already in the street. They couldn't get back in the arena. That was comical.
Yeah.
I felt bad for T-Mac, not for Duncan, not for those guys won a ton. I felt bad for T-Mac because that was his championship that got taken from him, even though he wasn't a big part of what they did. I mean, he balled out, I think, the last victory he had, but it was a blowout.
You know what? I see it this way. Like, they were talking about how the West this, the West that. Okay, and the San Antonio fans, I used to have respect for them. Now, I know us New York fans are rowdy, but we always been known for that type of, that's us. But these Spurs fans, they talking about how they're gonna, when New York fans come, they're gonna shoot us and rob us. I'm like, come on, yo. And now they're doing like, oh, we got five trophies. You only got 2. I said, y'all sound like Dallas Cowboy fans. Don't let me hear that shit.
A little bit.
And with them saying how San Antonio had that rough, did they? OKC was out Jalen Williams. Okay, and OKC beat a team without a Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves when they all. So I don't want to hear that stuff. I don't want to hear that.
John Legend lookalike almost did them dirty.
Almost did them dirty. And that's what I'm like.
I cannot unsee that anymore. That is John Legend.
That's John Legend, bro. But I don't want to hear that how the East was weak because had we not beaten Philly the way we beat them, had we not beaten Cleveland where they beat them, they wouldn't have said how weak the East was.
Right.
They wouldn't have said that. They wasn't saying that before the playoffs started. They said, yeah, the Knicks look good, but I think it's going to come down to Detroit and the Celtics. They're not going to get past Atlanta. They're not going to get past Philly. They're not going to get past Cleveland. But now, the East is weak now that we done beat their asses by 30 points. And let me get off my soapbox. Let me say one more thing. When it comes to closeout games, not only have we closed out the game that we're supposed to close out, we ran them 30 points, 40 points. We like, look, we're going to get y'all off the court. So I don't want to hear that stuff, how it was a weak conference or whatever. I don't want to hear that crap. I don't want to hear that. You beat when you beat them, we beat them all.
Idris, what's your final tonight?
I'm gonna go
What's your?
109, 103 Knicks,
You
man.
need a minute to think about it. I'll come back.
No,
What was
no,
that?
I'm
109,
good.
103?
109, 103. I think we're gonna jump out on them. I think we're gonna jump right out on them. I think the home cooking for Jalen Brunson is what he needs to get on track.
Yeah,
That's why
I
I
could see
think
that.
that.
I'm going to take it a little higher than that.
Yeah,
It seems like there's something with the number 105 in this series. The Knicks have scored
yeah,
105 in both victories. 105
yeah.
is going to be achieved again, but today it's going to be achieved by the losing team. Give me the New York Knicks by a final of 117 to 105. 12-point victory for the Bockers, putting San Antonio in the unenviable hole of 0-3. Nobody in the NBA in any round of any series has ever overcome 0-3. And to my recollection, the only two that forced a game seven, you got to talk about the Denver Nuggets, Mount Mutombo, the
Yep.
team that beat
Hmm.
the Sonics in the old 5-game format. They were down 0-3 to Utah, forced a game seven. And more
Hmm.
recently, the Boston Celtics forced a game seven against the Miami Heat before falling in game seven in front of their home crowd.
Yeah. Well, my 109, 103 thing is not so much it being a close game. It's more like the game is over with, garbage time.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out Rolling Dog. Hell yeah. It's garbage time and San Antonio gets some points in the end. I don't think I think we're gonna jump on their asses right out the gate. They walk
Wemby
onto
goes
that
for
court.
30 tonight. I'm gonna have Wemby
I
going
could
for
see that.
30. He might
I
even
could see
lead the
that.
team in scoring, but the
I
Knicks will
think he'll
not be
get
denied tonight.
I think he'll get 30, 35. I think he'll get his points. But I just think
117, 112 in favor of the Knicks, one game away from being. Bro, this doesn't even feel real bad. I've been waiting my whole life, man. I've been waiting my whole life.
it don't feel. Dude, let me tell you. Man, I was sitting here, I think a Saturday night, man. I was like, cause tomorrow's my birthday, and I said if we win tonight, I was like, I'll tell my niece, I was like, man, I might drive to New York just for one night, just to be up there for game four, just to be outside.
Because the watch party should return for game four.
Yeah. Dude, if we win tonight,
one would think.
dude, if we sweep, I don't know how I'm gonna act, man.
Bro,
I
I don't
don't
even have words. Like I'm not.
I don't
I'm
know, man. I
not
might cry,
ashamed to
dude.
admit.
I might
Dude, I
cry,
already
man.
cried. I already cried during this series when Wemby missed
Yeah.
that
Oh
jumper.
man.
I don't know if I was crying out of pure relief. I don't know if
I
I was
screamed,
crying because
dude.
it hit me like holy shit. I
I
cried twice
screamed.
during these playoffs. Game one of the Eastern Conference Finals, which was my late grandfather's birthday anniversary date, I should say, when he passed.
Yeah.
He's the person who bought me my first Knicks pendant as a teenager.
Yeah.
And I kind of had a little shrine for my grandfather, So when the
Mhm.
Knicks made that ferocious comeback, I was of the belief that my grandfather had something to do with that.
Yeah.
And then when Wemby missing that shot in game two, and me realizing, oh my
Man.
God, we are really in control of this thing now.
I don't do
But I'm not gonna lie, there's nerves
yeah.
galore because I have seen a storybook of Knicks disappointments, but this team doesn't strike me the same way. This team is different.
They just look focused, man. And like said, like we said on the other show, Josh Hart said the right thing. It's it when they asked you guys are up 2-0. They didn't catch the curse, he said, but he said like 2-0, fuck that. It's 0-0. We gotta play desperate.
And Josh Hart is a devout Catholic, but
Right.
he gets right on. Let's
Right.
say he gets right on Sunday. Josh Hart a lot of things, but
I like what he said
he
because
don't
it's
square,
saying
I'll tell you
like,
that.
yeah, I like what he said because it's saying, look, we're not thinking that we're up 2-0. It's 0-0. We got to play like we're desperate. And I like that because that's that Kobe mentality. Like he said, there's nothing to celebrate. We're just up to, it's not over with.
Sure.
And what was the driving
Absolutely.
force
Rolling
of that?
Dog.
Yeah.
Rolling
Okay,
Dog,
okay.
thanks for joining us. I just want to give a little shine to some of our guys that are here in the comments. Appreciate Appreciate you, bro. I'm not 100% sure if you follow us on the Facebook page, but just want to let you guys know I'm in Facebook jail for a little while. So I'm hoping that we retrieve the page. But in the event we don't, we're going to be letting you know how we move on that. And it's frustrating because we have a post that's been jumping off and I cannot get on it. And unfortunately, when I first created the channel, I didn't make anybody an admin. So Idris, the best anyone can do is just go in there and talk to the people in the comments, but nobody could post on there right now, unfortunately. I still got my IG, and that's where I'll be dropping my prediction in just a bit. Also want to give a shout out to my good friend here, Luis Helena. Guys, if you're in the Orlando area, check out J&L Barbershop. They are incredible. I've been going.
Oh, that's your man's right there?
For many years. He used to cut my father's hair. That's how I
dang!
became,
Hi, Luis. Hey, bro.
Diehard Yankee fan, too.
Hey, Luis, when I come back down there.
Best Yankee conversations. Diehard Yankee fan.
Let me give Luis some love right quick. Hey, Luis, when I come down there to see Richie next month, I might come to holler at you, get me a little baldy, man.
Hell yeah.
Make you.
Oh, yeah. I'll be bringing the co-host with me for sure. Thank you for all the love and support. You
shouts
guys,
out,
man.
bro.
We do this because we love sports, but we also do this for y'all. So just want to make that clear.
That's right.
That's
right.
I do want to hit on the Yankees for a second. It's an abbreviated series. They beat the Red Sox yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a frustrating game until the 8th inning. Cody Bellinger and Jazz Chisholm Jr. go deep. Jazz with a big blow. Trent Grisham had 3 base hits. Cam Schlittler wasn't ultra dominant, but he pitched well enough to put his team in a position to win. He didn't factor into the decision. Idris, this is my question to you. Yeah. Can the Bombers have enough consistently offensively with Judge out indefinitely? Because while they say the hope is 4 to 6 weeks, there is truly no guarantee with that injury.
I think we can, man. Golly, man. I think we have to rely more on small ball. Because, with Judge, whether he hits a base hit or whether he knocks into the freaking Hudson River, he's a threat when he walks to the plate.
Absolutely. Not to mention his value of getting walks, man.
Yes, exactly. And, he's a glove, too. So he's a tall glove. So I think we'll miss him. I think we'll be okay. But I think I feel we may need to bring somebody in.
We're going to see because, Giancarlo Stanton historically is a slow healer, but truthfully, what I like about his absence is that the team is making a bigger emphasis on speed. I can't say enough good things about Paul Goldschmidt because when the season started, he was kind of viewed as an emergency first baseman and an afterthought. But putting him in that lineup has proven to be really good. Jose Caballero and Anthony Volpe have both stepped up their games. I still got my issues with Jazz in terms of lack of concentration. But Jazz had a big at bat yesterday. I try to call it down the middle. I'm a fan of Jazz, but I want Jazz to just lock in more consistently. I think is the best way to put it. Ben Rice has been sensational. He's a legitimate American League MVP candidate along with Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Astros. And Max Fried's not even back yet, but this pitching has really been phenomenal. And when I look at the American League, I must admit the Cleveland Guardians definitely have my attention as a team that could emerge. But, let's just say that I feel confident with history in the sense that we have had Cleveland's number. And the Rays, they're kind of on this schedule with us where they slump with us and when they win with us. So things are very much in reach in the American League East. And although I don't see them as a title contender, both the Athletics and the White Sox should be proud of themselves as they are now competitive baseball teams. And neither team was taken too serious coming in, especially the White Sox.
That's crazy because the White Sox have been horrible, dude.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to my man Don Mattingly, my all-time favorite New York Yankee, doing a pretty good job with the Philadelphia Phillies after their terrible start. And I also want to say that it brings joy to my heart to see just how dysfunctional the New York Mets have been this year. And it's not that I wish them bad. It's just that that fan base just doesn't know when to shut up.
They don't know when to shut up.
Any of my followers here who are Met fans, my apologies. I'm not singling you all out, but there is a good proportion of Met fans that just will never learn.
Mm-mm.
And Uncle
They're
Stevie,
gonna learn
I'm
this
sorry,
year.
similar to John Henry with the Red Sox, he's worried about other ventures. He's more concerned about that stupid casino that he's got cooking up. I'm sorry. He ain't George Steinbrenner, and anybody that thinks he is needs to pay more attention.
They're gonna learn this year.
Got a couple of hot takes before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Got a couple of hot takes. Number one, Odell Beckham Jr. is going to make the opening day roster for the New York Giants. I'm putting that out there. He's going to make the team.
Yeah. I agree.
All right.
I got a hot take
I have
for
another
you.
one.
Oh, good.
Go ahead. Let me hear it. No, you go first. I can wait.
It's the same old hot take. New York Giants to the Super Bowl. I just want to keep reminding people.
Oh, word. You work security for YouTube. Well, you make sure and let me know if we're doing anything wrong, all right? Because Facebook is being a little sensitive with us. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
That's what's up. Oh, no doubt.
Hell yeah.
What's your other hot take?
All right. Another hot take. Jalen Brunson eclipses 30 points tonight as well. Jalen Brunson, I got a stat line of 34, 5, and 5. 5 boards, 5 assists, 34 points.
I can roll with that. I'm going to go 35.
Double-double.
I'm going 35
20 and
with
12 for Cat tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going 22. 22 for OG Anunoby tonight. Landry Shamet's going to hit a couple of big threes, as is Deuce McBride. I think tonight the Knicks are going to click. I really mean that on offense. We're up 2-0, but we haven't played our best offensive game yet. So,
yeah, I'm going to go 35 Brunson. Yeah, I'm going to go 20. I'm going to go 21 and 12 for Cat. I'm going to go 18 for OG. I think Harder get on the board. I think Harder get himself 8. I'm going to go Shamet. I'm gonna give Shamet 10. I'm gonna give it McBride 8. Yeah, I think we're gonna. San Antonio's walking into hell, man. Orange and blue hell tonight.
Mitch is gonna score 5 points tonight. 2 alley-oops and 1 free throw.
Yeah,
he's gonna hit 1 free throw. It'll probably be like 1 for 5, 1 for 6, but he'll get one.
What's Daisy's?
Cookie, come over here. Cookie, come over here.
Oh, it's Cookie. Oh, Cookie's trying to get her picks in. Ask Cookie what's some picks. I understand. Trying to get her scores in.
Nobody in the stable can move without her having a bark at something.
Cookie said, "I'm trying to get my score in too."
I think we covered it. Anything else on the brain that you want to hit on?
Yes. One last thing. Clarence, my bad. Clarissa Shield. I used to call her Clarence, man. She called out Lisa Baumgartner, Amanda Serrano.
8 Mile.
No. Of course, she called out Clarissa. She called out Amanda Serrano, Alicia Baumgartner, Raleigh Morero, Chris Cyborg, and a whole bunch of others. Okay, Chris Cyborg says, okay, I'm going to move up 15, 20 pounds. I'm going to put up $2 million. I'm ready to fight. Let's go. Clarissa Shields, someone came to your barking. It's time for you to sign up. She got $2 million to put in your pocket to put up. But shut up. It's time to fight Chris Cyborg. Because Chris Cyborg and Ronda Rousey are scheduled to fight. So I'm like, and Chris Cyborg, I've never been a real big fan of her, but I've become one. She's been calling out Clarissa Shields every day on her posts. By name. Posting the meme and everything. She said, let's fight. Clarissa Shields, you barked up a tree, and the tree's talking back to you. Time for you to put up. That's it, man. Go Knicks, man. 109, 103.
Got another hot take.
Uh-oh.
I got another hot take. I don't think it's this far out. I think it's actually pretty logical. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to make a move that would make one think that Vince McMahon is running the organization. LeBron James will be a Cleveland Cavalier. They're going to pull, like when they always brought Hulk Hogan back because they were so worried about the future.
Yeah.
They're going to bring back LeBron James, and I'm going to go as far as saying I'm not convinced that Donovan Mitchell is completely safe without getting traded.
Well, they're going to have to because they have the highest active payroll in the league right now. So,
Indeed,
of course,
and they're going to have to do some fine-tuning and figuring it out. I mean, logic would say that Mitchell and James play together. Now, the other James, Harden, he will not be a part of that team next year. But they're going to have
Allen
trouble
may not be
keeping
either.
big man, too, because he's...
Jared Allen.
Yeah, Jared Allen might not be a part of it.
That's what I'm saying. And,
I don't know where KD's going, but stay away from the Garden.
You said who?
You could stay away from the Garden, KD. We don't want you.
Nah, we're good. We're good. We don't need you.
We're more than good. You had an opportunity to pick the right team a while back, but you chose to go to the flavor of the month, so you can keep your ass elsewhere.
Yeah, we don't need you. Yeah, we don't need you.
One other hot take: Brian Burns will lead. Brian Burns will lead the NFC in sacks this year.
Yeah, I can roll with that.
Spider-Man's going to put those numbers up.
I don't know, man. Myles Garrett in LA.
That's true. Myles Garrett is in LA. I think I made that comment with it slipping my mind that he's no longer in the AFC because I specified NFC.
I mean, but it's still possible.
Burnsy is my boy.
It's still possible because
I'm going to say Brian Burns anyway.
It's still possible because the Rams have a good defense, so they have a lot of contributors.
You got to think schematically that teams are going to try to catch up a little bit on ways to negate Garrett a little bit more. But Garrett is just such a game wrecker.
Yeah, I'm going Burns too.
The word generational talent gets thrown out a little too frequently, but Myles Garrett is just different.
Burns gets the sack. And
I'm happy for him that he's in a situation to finally win some games.
Yes.
Now, albeit it might be at our expense when we run into them, but I have high expectations for the New York Giants this year, so we're going to see.
Good city for him.
Oh, last thing, I can't forget this.
Yeah.
I cannot forget this. Rest in peace to Stacey King.
Oh, man,
player for the Chicago Bulls during their first three-peat. I left a message on his podcast page yesterday. It's not even about his NBA stuff. He was a fierce competitor. We know about the Chicago years. Great personality, great human being. My sincerest condolences to his sons and all those who loved him. My sincerest condolences to Bulls Nation, the Chicago Bulls family, the Chicago Bulls fans. He did a phenomenal job, and I think it's very relatable. We recently lost John Sterling. It's a sad day, not just for the Chicago Bulls, but for anybody who loves the NBA. And as a fellow podcaster, as I'm still climbing the ladder, I just want to say to Mr. Stacey King, may you rest in heavenly bliss, but also understand Stacey King is also an inspiration because I think if you're doing things similar to what they were doing over there, you're doing a pretty good job.
You know what? He had one of the most iconic sound bites when him and Jordan scored 72 points. That's what I remember Stacey King for.
Stacey King's definitely been around the NBA wars, and he did a hell of a job on that podcast. It's so sad.
Yeah, he was good.
It's just a reminder of how thin life is and that you never really know. So, it's like anything else. You got to make every day count, and you got to try to be your best version each and every day, regardless of whatever adversities are going on around. Going to do the shout outs before we get out of here. Make it a point to check out Big Bosco Productions on bandcamp.com. You can see that right on Idris's icon there, BAND camp.com. Check out the dirtiest rap album ever made, as well as Old Man Energy Volume 1 and 2, Big Bosco Productions. Also making a point to check out our good friends at the Casual Convo Show. Every Monday and Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. Check out the Basement Show with our good friend, Mr. Johnny Nash. Check out the Make It Count podcast. Sneaky G doing big things over there. New York Giants fan in Cowboys territory.
Yay.
I am fired up, Idris. I need to calm it down a little. I got to pace myself. Tonight's a big one, bro.
I know, dude. Let's go Knicks, man. Let's go orange and blue, man. Let's paint the sky orange, man. In blue, that is.
Let's go, man. Big night. Can't wait. This is going to be a historic night through and through. For Idris, I am Richie. If you haven't made to the point, please subscribe to the channel, the Richie X Jr. Sports Podcast on YouTube. We're on IG. We're working on figuring out Facebook. Have a great night, everyone. A great day. Enjoy the game. We out.
Peace. Come on. Uh-oh.
Big Nick energy, we ain't playing nice. Kings of New York, ain't no rolling dice. Flexing on these bitches, we the real deal. Ain't no stopping us, this is how we feel. The Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, the island of Queens, we ballin' hard. Fulfilling all our dreams, thugging through the hustle. Got that grit and grind in this Big Nick energy, we forever shine. So let them know we rockin'. From the garden to the booth, Knicks in the building, bringing straight up truth. With our heads held high, watch us rise and transcend. Big Nick energy, this is just the beginning. Big Nick.